right, we're already getting the party started. You hear Dr. Drew there. So at the start of the year, many look for ways to better their health. Emergent science is shining a light on dietary misconceptions, doing more harm than good. So here to educate us, because we want to, do better, and we got to know better to do better. We got Dr. Stephanie Vin Watson and Dr. Drew Pinsky. It is a pleasure. Happy New Year to both of you.
Happy New Year. And I love the way you framed this, because that's what we want to talk about.
Yes, what's the deal?
I think people are increasingly aware that some of the recommendations that have come from the government have maybe not been great. They've been a little bit
outdated. 1977, are you serious?
Forces that maybe should not have been at work, and sort of giving those recommendations. And people are really looking at the science now. And there was some really great data that just came out on fats and dementia. And Stephanie's an expert in this area. I want her to tell you about it.
Okay, sure. C15, what is that? That's your expertise.
First, though, just fats generally, saturated fats.
Okay, let's go back.
So if we talk about, so exactly what we're learning is that not all saturated fats are created equally. So this is a really important lesson that needs to play into the updated dietary guidelines. So the latest study that came out, like just within the last couple of weeks, is a study that was done looking at 27,000 people over a 25-year period, showing that the more cheese they ate, the lower the risk of getting dementia.
Really?
So it's like we're learning, some studies are positive, some are negative, some are neutral. There was another study that just came out, like hot off the presses, in January, so yesterday, and it showed—
Really hot.
Yeah, really hot. And it showed, they looked at all different types of fatty acids, whether saturated, unsaturated, and what they showed was that they wanted to look at what fatty acids were the lowest risk of developing type 2 diabetes over time.
What'd you find out? What did we find out?
C15, odd-chain saturated fatty acid, was one of the top predictors of not getting type 2 diabetes. So here, another surprise, saturated fats are not always bad, and in fact, some are essential, like C15.
So one of the ways I got involved with Stephanie is she gave this brilliant TED Talk, and I'm like, I need to understand more about it. I need to see this person. And it turns out she is a marine biologist, veterinarian, who is doing research on the Navy's dolphins. They keep a dolphin fleet, and that's how she came upon the C15 story. Tell that story.
Yeah,
please.
so
it's crazy. It's a wild story.
Because you couldn't get enough. You guys wrote a book together.
That's the next part, which is that this all contributes to longevity. And, I spent most of my life dealing with illnesses that cut life short. We can finally make recommendations that expand life and wellness, and this fatty acid, turns out, is one of them. But it started with dolphins,
Tell
which
us
is
about that briefly,
So there
Stephanie.
I was. Yeah, so I was a veterinary epidemiologist working with the Navy's marine mammal program. The dolphins there live a lot longer than they live in the wild, and we found that about 1 in 3 older dolphins were developing age-associated conditions like high cholesterol, chronic inflammation. Dolphins!
Cool.
So they're large brain, long-lived mammals, and all of a sudden we realized, hey, they age a lot like us. So
dementia, fatty liver, Alzheimer's.
That's right. And so what we found was we were able to do these studies funded by the Office of Naval Research showing, looking at which small molecules predicted the healthiest aging dolphins. And lo and behold, C15 was one of the top predictors of, in fact, the top predictor of the healthiest aging dolphins.
So how can we get more of C15? Where do we get C15?
There's a nutrient. Look it up. Go to my website. I have it there. And if you want to read about Stephanie, one of the reasons I love working with Stephanie, she is so brilliant. First of all, her fund of knowledge in this area, but she's able to communicate it in a way that is easily digestible. And the whole story is in the book that she wrote if people want more information.
Dr. Drew, you're breadcrumbing us there to buy the book.
Well, you go to my website, too.
So where can we get the book that you two collaborated on?
Yeah, it's wherever books are sold.
Okay.
You can get the Longevity Nutrient and visit Dr. Drew's website as well. So.
It's a great story. I mean, I think people are awakening to the fact that they can do more with their wellness and can enhance their longevity. There's a lot to learn. It's a complicated biology, but she makes it digestible in the book.
We'll certainly dive into that because we all want to live better. Thank you both.
Dive in. Come on.
I was going to try to make a mammal sound, a dolphin sound, but I'm not even going to go there. Dr. Drew and Dr. Stephanie, what a pleasure.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to both of you.